What is up, you guys, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe. My name is Akayla, and over here on my channel I pretty much tell story times, and yeah, that's where I'm starting at right now because that's what the people have been loving, that's what they've been wanting, that's what I'm gonna give them. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Welcome back to another story of my messy life. This is part 3, the video that y'all been waiting for, and I'm so glad that y'all been having so much support behind these videos that I've been posting. I love y'all so much. I'm sorry that I have not been consistently posting. I be trying to, but you know, I work them jobs, I go to school, I go to the gym, I gotta eat healthy. Like it's a lot, but I'm gonna make it work for y'all, okay? I promise, I swear. But without further ado, we're gonna get into the video. Okay, so in part 2, I left off on the part where I told y'all that's what was in my closet, and I know it was a real cliffhanger, but we about to get into it, and I'm gonna let y'all know what happened next. Okay, so boom, he gets out of the closet. We get to talking, and unlike the other nights he would pop up, he didn't want to spend the night. He was telling me that he was so busy and he had somewhere to go in the morning and all this other stuff. But I simply know that if somebody giving too much information that you didn't ask for, that they was lying. So I just was like, okay. So after that, he was like, oh, you only saying okay because you think somebody finna come over here and spend the night, so I'm gonna stay. I'm like, okay, that's fine too. So as convincing as he was, acting like he was gonna stay the night with me, he did not, because I woke up in the morning and he was gone. And not only was he gone, I had messages from him. He basically was telling me like, hey, I really had to go, I had to go somewhere in the morning, blah blah blah, which he didn't have to tell me at all, because like I said, he said that the first time and I already said okay, it was cool. But he also had messaged me and told me to be ready at 8. I didn't really pay too much attention to it because I was like, no, he not gonna see me whenever he want to. So I just returned back to his message and I was like, you're not gonna see me when you want to. Now Sweat was not one to argue back and forth. He'll say something, I say something, and that's what it'll just be. Or either he'll say something, I'll say something, he'll say something again, and then he'll be like, and that's it. No, for real, he used to be like, and that's it. And once I say this, you don't say nothing. Like, and I just used to be like, all right, Sweat. All right, Sweat. Okay, so like I said, he told me to be ready at 8 on the dot and to be outside at 8 on the dot. And like I said, I didn't think he was for real. So that day I went about my business doing everything that I do. And then around 7, 8 o'clock, I started doing my night routine. And then at 8 on the dot, I'm getting a message from him telling me to bop out. And when he normally said that, that really meant that he was really outside. Because there have been many a times where he said he was outside, he never said bop out though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's a difference. I can't really make sense of it right now, but there was definitely a difference when he was for real and when he was not. But when he said bop out, I knew he was serious and he was outside of my house. But like I said, I did not think he was for real. So once he texts me bop out, I go to my window, right? And I see the car that he's driving pulling off. But I'm like, maybe it was a coincidence. Maybe that car was not the car he was driving or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, you can come pick me up, but did I just see you leave? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And he called me after this. He was like, you should have been outside. I was out there. Where were you at? I'm like, dude, you didn't even give me no time to like come downstairs. Even if I knew you were going to be out there, you didn't even give me no time. And he was telling me like, because I told you to be outside, I can't be over here. And I'm like, now all of a sudden you can't be over here, but you spend the night over here, you spend weekends over here, sometimes even more than that. Now you can't be over here. Like, what's going on? But I ain't asking what's going on. I'm just thinking this stuff in my head, and I'm just like, okay. So he tells me, I'm about to go around the block and come back, and you be outside when I come. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'll be outside when you come. So as soon as he comes, spin a block, I get in the car and we speed off. Now, mind y'all, every time he used to pick me up, he would always kiss me on my forehead, he would kiss me on my hands, he would just be giving me all these kisses on my arm and stuff, acting like he missed me so much. It don't matter if he seen me twice in one day. Anytime he seen me, he would do that. You know what I'm saying? But this one time he did not. He looked worried. He was sweating like more than normal, you know? And I'm like, I didn't even ask him what was wrong. I just asked him if he was okay. He like, yeah, I'm okay. And we're speeding. He was a fast driver, but we never sped. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're speeding or whatever. And I'm telling him, hey, can you just slow down a bit? I'm kind of scared. Like, which I always am when somebody's speeding or my body is being, you know, forced somewhere. Like, I don't know. But I didn't like it. And I asked him to stop. So we get on the expressway, right? Then out of nowhere, we start speeding again. And I'm hearing the car, like, it's I don't know, it's like a noise that the cars be making when they be racing and stuff. Like when you put that pedal to the metal, that's what the fuck he was doing. And I'm like, and I'm kind of scared. I'm touching him. Because I'm telling him, like, I'm going to touch your arm when I say this. Slow this motherfucker down. You know what I'm saying? And he literally looks at me in my face. And he was like, get down. And I'm like, what? And he literally put his hand on my chest like this. And he like pushed me back into the seat. He was like, get down, dumbass girl. And I'm like, okay. Don't yell at me. Like, you know, because I was really scared. So I put that seatbelt on and I leaned the seat back, first of all. And as I'm back there, I got the seat leaned back and I'm like, is this okay? Like, am I far enough? Do I need to get on the ground? Do I need to get in the back seat and get on the ground? And he's just driving like he's sweating. He like, you know, like he was in his zone. And I'm like, Sweat, what is going on? Like, but I'm trying not to be in his business because he ain't never yelled in my face like that. Like he have, but it didn't seem, it was serious. He like, yeah, everything is okay. But there was a car behind us with like these blue headlights on. So they're behind us. He like, you see that car with them blue beams? They've been following us. And I'm like, they following us, so why don't you lose them? He like, what do you think I've been doing this whole time? They've been following us since I picked you up outside your house. They've been following me here. They've been following me when I spent the block for you. That's why I told you to be outside, because I cannot be over here. I'm like, oh my gosh. And now they just saw you pick me up. So now they're going to know where I live at. And that's okay with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I be staying away from these Chicago dudes, because like they be into some stuff. And they be like, sometimes you don't want to be seen with them. But that's just in my head. I don't want to be seen with them if they do stuff in the streets, because if they can't get to you, who you think they gonna come to? Not me. So I'm literally panicking this whole time. And he like, look, just be quiet. Just be quiet. And I'm like, okay, I'll be quiet. But you got to do some explaining, like, what is really going on? He was like, I explain everything to you when we get to where we're going. And I'm like, where are we going, actually? He was like, you know where we going. And I'm like, I actually don't know. Because I didn't go to his house. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a full house of people at home. I didn't go to his house, never. I have been, but I didn't, you know, parlay in his house. So we get off the expressway, right? And we taking the streets to wherever it is that we going, and he's taking like a different route. We on streets that I ain't never seen before. So I'm like, where are we? Like, where are we going? He like, we going to my homie crib. And I'm like, your homie's crib? Like, I watches a lot of true crime, and his baby mama, the way that I was feeling like she was wired, she probably would have wanted him to do something to me, and he would do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, she told him to do something to me. We're going to his homie house, and they are about to do something. They about to get rid of me. That's what I'm thinking in my head, because we're places that I ain't never been before. We on streets I ain't never heard of. Streets I can't even spell right now. Streets I don't even remember the name to this day. You know? So I'm like, okay, I always keep me a shank. So I had it in my hand the whole time. And I'm like, okay, we can go to your homie house. Yeah, let's go. You know, because at that point, I'm feeling real. I'm like, he got the audacity. Like, in my head, I'm like, he got the audacity to try to play in my face over a bitch. Like, he's finna try to kill me with his friend. Oh, no. So I was ready. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to get to your friend's house. Which friend is this? You know, I'm acting so cool, calm, and collective. And he's like, what happened? Wasn't you just scared, shaking in your boots, and wanting to go home because somebody was following us? And I'm like, no, I actually want to go to your friend's house. Like, I want to see what's over there. Like, why do I have to go over there? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he started laughing and was like, you so crazy and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, you ain't saying crazy. Take me to your friend's house if you want to. But I ain't say that, I'm thinking it, but I'm just laughing it off like, yeah, you know. So we weren't going to his friend's house. He pulled up to a block I knew very motherfucking well. He pulled up to an apartment I've been to many of times, spent the night in and everything. Granny house. He took me to his grandmother's house. He parked and he's telling me, we have to be fast. We have to be fast. I can't be over here. I'm like, dude, why are we study parlaying in places you can't be? Like, why do you even want to park over here? Why do you even want to be over here? Like, why couldn't we just talk in a car? You know, why can't we go to a park or something? But no, he told me that, and I'm like, okay, cool, let's go. So he has like this, it's like a chip, I guess. You put the chip on the door, it opens up. You got to put the chip up on the elevator too. So that's what he was doing. But as he put the chip on the door and he opened the door, we walking. He want me to walk in front of him, and he's like, he got his coat like this, and I'm standing there, and we're walking, and he's like, he got his arm in front of me. Like, I can't really make it out what he was doing, but he was like, he was covering me in a way, and we walking fast, and he's kind of like pushing me as we walking, right? Out of nowhere, somebody come behind him, right? And then he gets drop kicked in his back, right? He like pushed up to me, like I hit the elevator. Why we turn around, it's his grandma. OMG, who is blowing me down? I'm popular today. His grandma drop kicked him in his back or whatever, right? And it was like, why, you know? And I just started laughing or whatever. His grandma was like, do I know you? She always said that to me, like, do I know you? She always say it, like, even though she knows who I am, I know who she is, like, you know. But I just laugh it off and be like, yes, you know me, I'm the same girl from last time, unless it was Minnie. But look, I ain't never take it that far. I just used to be like, yes, you know me. And then she'd be like, okay, so why you ain't hug me then? And then we'll give each other a hug, and that just would be that. His grandma basically asked him what he was about to do and stuff. He was like, oh, we just about to go in here and we about to chill and stuff like that. And she like, okay. And she went to her girlfriend's house. Yeah, she had him lined up waiting. Now let me stop playing. But yeah, his grandma, she went to her girlfriend's house. We went upstairs to her her building or whatever. We go inside of there, and it was like two of his friends there. It was like a girl and a boy. They was a couple though. It was his friends, and he just put me, like, we went in the room, and they were in the living room, but they had like, they was staying there, I guess. And he just basically was like, hey, my friends are here, they've been staying here for a little bit, just be cool, you know, like, you can stay in this room. I'm about to go in there and I'm about to go smoke with them. I won't bring them back here with us because I know you have your social anxiety. And I just thought that was so romantic of him to say, because no guy ever remembers that I have social anxiety. Not only do they remember that I could have a motherfucking panic attack, he should have thought of that when he was driving like that. And the anxiety attacks, that's what it is. It's the anxiety that just gets over me. But yes, he remembered that, and I thought that that was so romantic. I thought it was so romantic, and I'm like, okay, like, go ahead, go smoke with them. Because the dude had a girlfriend, but it was not like one of them things where he'd be like, oh yeah, let me get you to talk to this girl, like, y'all could be friends, while we, like, no, we can't be friends. And he knew that. So he went out there with them, and we was in there. I was in the room by myself watching TV or whatever I was doing. So then he come back out, and then they come in the room, and I got up and I left the room, and nobody felt no type of way. I didn't speak to them, and they didn't speak to me neither, like, at all. The whole time I was there, actually, they didn't speak to me. But it wasn't like a shady they didn't speak to me. I don't know what he went out there and told them, but they was cool with not saying nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like I wasn't even there almost, but it wasn't like they was ignoring me, if that makes sense. I go into the living room. They in the room talking, and I hear them talking, and it's sounding like they're coming up with like a scheme. And I cut the TV down a little bit, and I'm starting to listen. And I don't want to say exactly what I was hearing, but I was basically hearing they was about to do something for some money. I was like, look, your friends do not have to put themselves in danger, especially the girl. Y'all don't need to put her in danger while y'all go run up on somebody. And then Sweat, I'm like, you don't even do this. Like, this is not you, babe. This is not you. Like, what are you talking about? Y'all finna rob him. Like, what are you talking about? You about to be in on that. So he like, girl, just be quiet. I'm literally like, listen, I will give them the money, okay? He was like, oh, that's so sweet, you should have told them that. And I'm like, I'm scared. I don't want to get to communicating and stuff with their friends, because I also still don't know what he on. I'm still thinking that something about to happen, because true crime and all that good stuff. Ain't nothing happened. Nobody did nothing to me. Nobody touched me. Nobody did nothing. The girl was actually really cool, by the way. So when it was time to take me home, his friends came too. And I guess they was about to go do that scheme or whatever. And I ain't say nothing. I was just sitting in the car, right? Sitting in the car. The two friends get in the back. We in the front seat. He started driving or whatever, right? Out of nowhere, blue beams behind us once again. And he tell the guy in the back seat, he was like, on that blue car or something like that. It was something like that, but I knew what was going on. So I look at him, dude in the back seat, right? The same car that had the blue beams pulled up right next to us because we had a stoplight. Pulled up next to us. Dude gets his, he on the window seat. He get his hoodie and he go like this and he's ducking down. And his girlfriend is like ducking low in the seat like that too. I'm like, should I, like, I'm in a seat like, should I be ducking too? Like, I was a little scared because Sweat wasn't ducking. He was like, but he was like this, but with his arm on the thing, and I'm the only one sitting up like why everybody ducking? Like I was terrified. Like I was literally shaking. Literally shaking. As soon as we pulled off, right? That same car with the blue beams, they're not following us, but they're behind us. So now we on the expressway, they're right behind us, right? And he's speeding again. And I'm literally like whispering to him like, hey, let me off on 99th at the gas station, please. I will Uber home. Like, please, I don't wanna get in this. And he like, girl, would you sit back? Like, we're whispering as if there's not two people in the backseat that can hear us. Like, and I'm just like, can you please just pull over? I don't want to have to call the police and tell them everything that I know and everything that I heard you and your friends talking about. Like, and he just started looking at me. I'm just there like, I hope they didn't hear me say that I would tell on everything they said they was gonna do. But I definitely said that because I definitely will tell. Like, not about my life. I would tell the police everything I know. That's what I was gonna do. So he like, I'm just gonna hurry up and get you home. And I'm like, okay. He pulls up to my house. He gave me a kiss on my forehead and a kiss on my hand and all that good stuff like he always was doing. And he just let me out, and then I went inside the house or whatever. He stayed out there. He stayed out there to watch me go in the house. He should have walked me home, but like I said, he was telling me that he couldn't stay parked on my block for too long for whatever reason all of a sudden. So he pulls off extremely fast once I get into my gate. So I get in the house, and now I'm just thinking like, I must know what is going on. And I was saved by the bell because his baby mama had just texted me as soon as I got in the house and asked me, have I seen or heard from him? And then I was a little curious, so I texted her and I'm like, yeah, I actually have. I've seen him. Like, I just seen him actually. And she didn't believe me for whatever reason. I'm like, okay, cool. You don't have to believe me, but all I want to know is he in the gang? That's all I want to know. And she was like, I don't know what's going on at all. That's why I was texting you to see, like, has he said anything? So I'm like, no, he hasn't said anything, but I heard him and his friends saying what they was gonna do. And she was like, was it a girl and a boy? And I'm like, yeah, it was. And she was like, well, where was y'all at? And I was like, we was at his grandma's house. And then she was like, I'm gonna call you. And that is where I will leave the story at for right now. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I really don't want this to be long. I will make another part, like probably this same exact day, maybe. But it won't, the next part will not take a month, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. It might just take another day or whatever the case may be. I really don't know yet, but I have today off and I have tomorrow off. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching to the very end. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.